my diabetes, my number's been high. So they just wanted me to, he's like, Dad, you can't do drink champs. I said, yo, I ain't gonna drink or smoke.
Funerals are always emotional, but some feel almost unreal. Like stepping into a dream that you can't quite believe is happening. That was the atmosphere at the farewell for Irv Gotti Lorenzo. The hip-hop world was already stunned by his sudden death, but no one expected his ex-wife, Debbie Lorenzo, to step into the spotlight with words so powerful they left the room in silence. Her tribute wasn't just moving, it was unforgettable. But before diving into Debbie's heartfelt message, let's look back at why Irv Gotti mattered so deeply to music, to culture, and to the people who knew him best. Irv Gotti wasn't just another producer or record executive. He was a visionary who helped shape an entire era of hip-hop and R&B.
What people should expect first and foremost is a massively entertaining and truly accurate to the culture series. I love to say, because Bossip, you guys are about the culture. And this series is all about the culture, man.
Born and raised in Queens, New York, music wasn't just something he enjoyed. It was survival. Growing up in a tough environment, he turned beats and rhymes into a way forward. He hustled his way into the industry, eventually landing at Def Jam Recordings. That's where his fingerprints first left an undeniable mark. One of his earliest breakthroughs came when he played a role in launching DMX's career. The album It's Dark and Hell is Hot didn't just reach #1. It shook the rap world to its core, proving that hip-hop could be raw, unpolished, and still dominate the charts.
Murder Inc. came across the TV, riddled with bullets. I start screaming, that's it. I'm going crazy in my house. Like, just imagine me by myself in my boxes and a t-shirt. That's it. Because at the time, the two biggest labels was Death Row and Bad Boy.
Not long after, he was involved in shaping the sound of Jay-Z's debut, Reasonable Doubt. That album went on to become a classic, cementing Jay-Z as a force in the industry. Even then, Gotti wasn't satisfied with simply being part of history. He wanted to make history himself. That chance came in 1999. Alongside Ja Rule, Ashanti, and a team of young, hungry artists, Gotti co-founded Murder Inc. Records. What started as a small label quickly grew into a cultural movement. The secret to Murder Inc.'s success was Gotti's unique ability to blend hip-hop and R&B seamlessly. At a time when many kept the genres separate, he dared to mix them.
Sad news out of the music world this morning. Famed hip-hop music executive Irv Gotti has died. Gotti, born Irving Domingo Lorenzo Jr. in Queens,
giving us songs that were tough enough for rap fans but smooth enough for R&B lovers. Hits like Always on Time and Foolish weren't just singles. They were anthems that defined the early 2000s. Under Gotti's leadership, Murder Inc. dominated radio, clubs, and charts. Whether you were driving with the windows down, dancing in the club, or just vibing at home, his music became the soundtrack of everyday life. But success never comes without challenges.
Now I'm rebuilding my empire and trying to keep it together with my wife and kids. We may be separated, but I'll do anything for Deb. It ain't gonna be easy, but I'm getting back to the top.
In 2003, Gotti and his brother Chris faced federal charges in a high-profile money laundering case. The trial was a dark cloud that threatened to destroy everything he had built. For years, it seemed like the world was waiting to see him fall. But when the verdict finally came, he walked away, acquitted. The trial slowed his career momentum, but it never erased his influence.
All the time, I tell them, everyone is born, we all born, and we're all gonna die.
His artists still credited him for seeing their potential before anyone else. Fans continued to play his music, and his reputation as a genius behind the boards remained intact. That's why the news of his passing hit so hard. On February 5, 2025, Irv Gotti died at the age of 54 after suffering a severe stroke. Those close to him knew he had been dealing with health challenges for years: diabetes, minor strokes, and the relentless stress of the music business. But he never made his struggles public. That was Irv. Private about his pain, open with his art. He didn't want sympathy. He wanted the music to speak for him. When word spread of his death, social media exploded. Fans couldn't believe it. Artists who grew up under his guidance shared their grief. Ja Rule, his longtime friend and collaborator, simply posted a broken heart emoji. Sometimes silence says more than words ever could. While the music world mourned, 3 people felt the loss more deeply than anyone. His children, Angie, Sonny, and JJ. Friends say Gotti's entire face would light up whenever he talked about his kids. He was proud of their achievements in the same way he celebrated platinum records. In interviews, he often said that his greatest legacy wasn't Murder Inc., but his children. In a public statement, Angie, Sonny, and JJ wrote, "Our dad was an incredible man, a true visionary who transformed the hip-hop industry and inspired artists and fans alike. His passion for music was unmatched, and his legacy will continue to influence generations. We kindly ask for privacy as we grieve, but we take comfort in knowing that his spirit will live on through his music and the love he gave us." His funeral was set for February 18, 2025, at the Greater Allen AME Cathedral in Queens, a place close to his roots. This wasn't just a service. It was a celebration of his life, his art, and his legacy. And then came the moment no one expected. His ex-wife, Debbie Lorenzo, stepped forward to honor him. Debbie wasn't just Irv Gotti's ex-wife. She was with him through the grind, the rise, and the chaos. They met long before the fame, when he was just a producer with big dreams. She stood by him as he built Murder Inc., witnessed the hits being born, and raised 3 children with him. Their marriage ended in 2013, and it wasn't a clean break. There were arguments, rumors, and headlines, but in death, none of that mattered. What she shared wasn't bitterness. It was love, respect, and honesty. Instead of speaking at the microphone during the funeral, Debbie poured her heart out on Instagram. Her words captured the complexity of their relationship and the depth of their bond. "Irv, you will be greatly missed. Married, divorced, great friends, and so many life lessons. Everything we went through, the good and the bad, helped shape me into the woman I am today. God never wastes anything. He uses everything for his glory." She shared memories of late nights when Irv would stay up until sunrise, blasting beats so loud the walls shook. She remembered him playing Ja Rule's demos on repeat, convinced he had a hit. And more often than not, he was right. She recalled the moment Ashanti's song "Foolish" hit #1. His joy was impossible to hide. She described his face lighting up with pride, the excitement pouring out of him like a child who had just discovered something magical. Then came the part that broke hearts. Speaking directly to their children through her post, Debbie wrote, "He loved you more than life itself. And now that he is resting, know that we raised 3 beautiful, compassionate young adults. I'm honored that God chose us to be your parents. It brought me joy to see you care for him. Rest well, Irv. I love you, my friend." Those words struck like a punch. Fans flooded the comments saying they couldn't read them without tears. Debbie didn't just describe a music mogul, she revealed a father, a partner, and a man with a big heart. Tributes poured in from every corner of the music world. Ja Rule, a broken heart emoji. Short but powerful. The grief was obvious. Ashanti. She admitted their relationship had been rocky in recent years, but still expressed gratitude for everything he had done for her career. Fat Joe. He called Gotti a genius who changed the sound of hip-hop and shared stories of late-night studio sessions where Gotti obsessed over every detail. Jamie Foxx. He praised Gotti's wisdom, kindness, and lasting influence, writing, "Your music and your legacy will never be forgotten." Of course, not all reactions were kind. 50 Cent, known for his long-standing feud with Gotti, posted a meme mocking his death. Some laughed. Others found it tasteless. But anyone familiar with 50 knows he never misses a chance to stir controversy. Still, the overwhelming response was love and respect. For those who knew him, Irv Gotti's story wasn't just about platinum records or chart-topping singles. It was about vision. He didn't follow trends, he set them. He didn't just sign artists, he believed in them. Ja Rule, Ashanti, and Lloyd have all said that Gotti saw their potential before they did. His confidence in them became the fuel that launched their careers. That's the mark of a true mentor. And his production style? Groundbreaking. While others separated hip-hop and R&B, Gotti fused them together into something new, something universal. He gave us music that crossed barriers and connected people from different walks of life. A father. First, for all his achievements, those closest to him say his proudest role was being a dad. Angie, Sonny, and JJ weren't just his children. They were his joy. He bragged about their achievements the same way he bragged about chart success. He made it clear, again and again, that while Murder Inc. was his professional legacy, his personal legacy was his family. Gotti also gave back to the culture that gave him everything. He mentored young producers, shared his secrets, and encouraged them to break rules, experiment, and find their own sound. He didn't hoard knowledge. He passed it on. For him, the future of hip-hop mattered just as much as its past. Irv Gotti's story doesn't end with his death. His music, his influence, and his passion continue to live in every beat he created and every artist he mentored. From Queens to the world stage, he left behind songs that still make people sing, dance, and feel. He gave us an era that can't be repeated, but will always be remembered. And now, as fans, friends, and family continue to mourn, one thing is certain: his legacy will never fade. So the question is, what's your favorite Irv Gotti moment? Was it a Murder Inc. anthem blasting in the car? A Ja Rule and Ashanti duet that defined an era? Or maybe it was the behind-the-scenes stories of a man who never stopped believing in music? No matter what comes to mind, one truth remains. Irv Gotti was more than a producer, more than an executive, more than a name in hip-hop history. He was a dreamer who turned his vision into reality and changed the culture forever.